As the summer festival season comes to a close, some of us can't wait until next summer when we can escape reality again, dancing to our favorite artists under the desert sun. I went to Coachella in the spring, and although it was really fun and I'm glad I got to experience it, I was a bit overwhelmed by the large crowds, the alarming amount of trash lying around, and the image-obsessed Instagram culture it tends to promote. This past weekend, I attended a different kind of festival that was way more my speed. Bhakti Fest is a yoga festival in Joshua Tree, California. Bhakti means love in Sanskrit. Bhakti yoga is a style of yoga that involves not just movement, but also singing, dancing, and chanting sacred mantras. It involves something called kirtan, which is singing mantras in community. Mantras that have been sung for thousands of years. On the website, it says, Bhakti Fest's core mission is to provide a platform where people can gather as a heart-centric community focused in love, devotion, and conscious living. We bring people together from around the globe to practice yoga, sacred music, dance, learn, grow, and raise our consciousness. Bhakti Fest is dedicated to spreading love and consciousness to the world. The event is also drug and alcohol free. Bhakti Fest includes all different styles of yoga classes led by renowned teachers, meditation and breathwork classes, workshops and speakers, kirtan and live music, free movement and dance, healthy plant-based food, and vendors with conscious, sustainable products. This year was Bhakti Fest's 10th anniversary, and some of the biggest names in yoga and spirituality would be sharing their wisdom, including Deepak Chopra, Krishna, Shiva Rea, and Sri Dharma Mittra. I went to Shakti Fest in the spring, which is a similar festival led by the same organization, but I actually did a digital detox that weekend and put away all technology, including my phone and camera. This did wonders for my mental health. But this time around, I really wanted to document the Bhakti Fest experience in order to share the wisdom and love that is created at this event. So my friend Sabrina and I headed into the desert with open hearts to drink in the Bhakti experience.
The only shots we'll be doing this weekend.
Right?
I see they're green now.
We met at a yoga retreat. Funny enough,
so
I love it. It was like soul sisters at first sight.
Right?
What are you most excited about this weekend?
We were just saying how we can be so serious sometimes and so like accomplish this goal or like what are we creating next, but just to kind of like surrender to the universe and be excited about what's to come, trusting that we're on the right path. And I'm just like so excited to collectively share that with everyone and go deeper in myself.
Yoga teaches us to be completely present in the process and knowing that it's all part of the path. Like we are exactly where we need to be. I really want to just step into that presence this weekend as well as having fun.
Yeah.
Like let me get out of my head and stop being so serious, and can I just laugh and dance and sing and have fun and be with people and experience life the way it's meant to be experienced. So my goal this weekend is to just have a blast.
Bhakti Fest! Yeah!
Do you know how to pitch a tent?
Actually, yes, we got
Same.
this.
So we totally got this.
It'll take us
2
10
minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Piece of cake. Setting up camp. Woo! We're gonna be sleeping under the stars. We found a spot to put up a tent, and a few moments later ran into our first new friend of the weekend. We were intrigued by the teepee he had set up where he was selling healing herbs, and he had a lot to say.
You know, I stayed neutral. I was invisible in the rectangle reality. I've left my recluse reality to being going public with the mission, you know, to share the love and basically help humanity be the prayer. What dropped in ceremony was Assembly of the Divine Healing Sacrament.
How do you get your hair so beautiful?
You don't cut it for 30 years.
We're going to our first yoga class of the weekend. Yay! It's yoga it out.
I feel like yoga's life support, right? That it should support the life that you want to live, okay? And most of us can really use some openness in our hips, right? And it helps everything. It's basically the fountain of youth. Shift your hips to the left, straighten your back leg more than you ever have, Then put your hands flat, inhale, hips up, exhale to downward facing dog. And those are your hips. And yeah, we have this ego, which can be very healthy. It really gets us out in the world doing things, but we have to keep it in check.
Zen'd out, hips open. Could do this now. Woo! It was all hip opening, which I always need. My hips are so freaking tight. That was the perfect start to the festival. Just getting everything open so we can dance and move. And roll on the floor. And roll around.
This is my friend Hanumanji. Look at him. I'm obsessed with the little mandala on your forehead. Mandala lotus. That is so cute. Wow, you're really killing the game here. Dr. Sabrina has to perform an operation on my foot because I stepped on a mother Joshua tree. What are they called?
A choya.
I stepped on a choya, so we got some shit lodged up into my foot. Thank God Sabrina's a nurse, so she can take care of me. Thank you, Sabrina. Oh my God, you're the best. Just needs a little fixing up. This place is so smart. They make it so simple. It's just a bomb veggie bowl. Like what more do you need?
I want to know which word excites you the most. Is it the bomb?
Bomb.
The veggie, or the bowl? Okay, so the boom.
This is the bomb veggie bowl, the legendary.
I will totally eat those 2 pecans if you don't want them.
They're just so bomb. If you're gonna get really bold with your brand, you better live up to it, and they do. So we approve.
It'll help to maintain in these times that are insane.
Yeah.
So that we can sustain and navigate and find our own lane. We have to keep marching forward on the steady campaign. Because in this modern day Babylon, gotta keep your candle on, riding through the desert on a horse with no saddle on. Some young guns want to get the battle on, but we'd rather travel on destination where we came from. Across the water like Easter with the sandals on, the shepherd healing lepers every time he puts his hand upon the heads. Resurrecting the dead, turning water into rhyme and beats into bread. I let myself be led till all these layers are shed. And in the end, when I'm done, I'll be grateful like the dead. You guys ready? I need to know if we're ready, because I'm just trying to get warmed up. I need everyone to come in close. One family, come in close. 10-year anniversary. Temple upon the mantle, hidden inside that tabernacle. Keys in the lock, now twist it, turn it, spin it right over that street, burn it. We could be that change that we want to see in the world. We could be the change that we want to see in the world.
Day 2. How are we feeling?
Actually, pretty good. We didn't get like too much sleep, but it's okay.
So right now we're going into Shiva Rea's class. She's amazing. There's a big line. So I couldn't really record during that and didn't want to because it was very special and we just wanted to be completely present for that class. What are your thoughts?
I don't think I actually even have words for what we just like experienced. It was so in tune with everyone.
That was the perfect way to start our day.
Literally. Oh my God, how does it even go up from there?
I'm literally on
I
like
don't
another
know.
level right now.
The rest of our day was so much fun. We went to more yoga classes, and in one of them, this girl grabbed the mic and started freestyling in the class, and it was so amazing.
But when I grab the microphone, it's like a wrinkle in time. Like I'm in warrior pose. When the flow I compose comes out and I climb the stairway and I show you up. Standing on a mountain, didn't know an MC wasn't here. Just count down the moments, to raise the vibrations. Bhakti Fest, this is the new nation. One, unified with the love flowing. You don't need a glove cause it's mad hot out. We got the breeze coming to you and then it brings you to your knees. We got the divine feminine, divine medicine, air, water, earth, fire, every single element. Got that unknowable ether flowing through the speaker.
Please put your arms around somebody next to you and come in really close. Put your hand. Just the ladies, please. Right from your heart. All that bhakti. thank you so much for being with us this morning. Have an incredible day today.
I really want to hear your perspective because you got really emotional during it. And what happened there?
I just like started crying because it was so beautiful that everyone was just so accepting and like happy to be there. Everyone there was completely present with each other, and it was such a sacred moment that it just brought me to tears.
That afternoon, we attended a very special panel with Deepak Chopra, Shiva Rea, and Jai Uttal.
You cannot stop technology. It's part of our evolution. If you think you're going to stop it, you're going to be irrelevant. Darwin's principle. What we do with it is dependent on our state of consciousness. So right now, if you go on the internet, sure, it represents the human condition. Everything from trolls to violence, ignoring climate change, social injustice, economic injustice, war, terrorism, eco-destruction. You see the human condition just by Google. So what is our responsibility? Our responsibility is to bring the divine into the technology. And if we do that right, create technology will be our means to a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. My plea to you is engage in technology. Tweet these things. Put them on Facebook, put them on Instagram, put them everywhere. Communicate with other people. Send them love through the internet. You can give somebody in Zimbabwe a dopamine hit right now.
Because there were so many amazing teachers and spiritual leaders at this event, I wanted to talk to as many of them as possible. And really, I wanted to ask them all just one question to see what types of answers I got and if there were any patterns and similarities between all of their answers.
How do you think the younger generation can help to raise the consciousness of humanity and spread love?
For one, we gotta vote. The youth of the world need to know that they are the change makers in terms of keeping this flame of the live and living interaction, not the one that's produced or controlled or by technology, but is this other spiritual technology that is based on our life force and the power of human connection and compassion. Being able to really stand up for the things that shape your future, I think that's the greatest change that we need.
Coming back to the present, be aware of what you're doing and put love into that action. Come from that space of love and it'll ripple out.
Yes! Always laying down the wisdom here. Presence and love. Thank you, Shanti.
We need to get them involved in yoga and teach them how it will help them as an athlete. It will help them in this world. It will help them just keep the stress level down. It will help them stay centered and grounded instead of little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs maybe in the head. I think they have a lot going on. They have a lot of stimulation. I just know from my kids they are overstimulated. So I think that yoga would be great to get it to them, and even in the public schools. That's what I think.
Learn ways to access our bodies and the intelligence of what we feel inside. How to begin to discern the difference between the wisdom that's arising and some of the ideas about how we should be that are coming from outside. When we feel into our body, we're actually accessing who we truly are in our own path, in our own direction.
I got my third eye open, soaking in that bird's eye view, scoping out the world that's inside you. There's divinity within the inner entity. The enemy's a light or hide the truth, so you've been lied to. Try to break outside the box you're confined to. I too feel at times that I could be a guy who could pry through the walls of the cell, and I climb to the top of this jail, put my wings out like sails, and I fly true. I got the secret plan. I caught the sneaking dancer by the hand. Been seeking all these answers that I ought to understand. Now I got the chance, but I'm so hypnotized that I'm locked up in the trance. It's the generator, operator, destructive detonator, super soul, supersonic, superstar of the Vedas. Fate is giving me the greatest state. I've meditated on this day. It's here at last. I got my 3 eyes wide awake, feeling from the place where the soul resides. We keep it moving with the 3 eyes wide. Yeah, 3 eyes wide.
Keep it moving with my 3 eyes wide. Check the melody, enter a different remedy. Skip the cemetery, this eternal energy. Freedom beckoning, exit the penitentiary. Manifested in something that it was meant to be. Check the melody, enter a different remedy. Manifested in something that it was meant to be. Freedom beckoning, exit the penitentiary. Manifested in something that it was meant to be. On sight, peep through the third eye. If it don't feel right, then why ruin my high?
Give me the flute, give me the flute. Yeah, that's that sacred remix. If anything was wrong, you know that we fix. We pick up the pieces, put it together. The mosaic, poetic, prosaic when we get it.
See it, you seek in the faith, you seek in the trust, cause you can relate like a cousin. Yo, we do it cause we do it when we love it. Yo, represent the swag top puppets.
Our final day at Bhakti Fest was full of even more magic. We went to a kirtan and Q&A with Krishna Das, who is one of the biggest musicians in kirtan and yoga music. If you've ever been to a yoga class, you've probably heard Krishna Das playing. I had the opportunity to ask him my question during the Q&A.
My name is Sky, I'm 24. I'm a video creator and I'm really passionate about sharing information and storytelling and bringing this practice and the love of bhakti to younger generations through media and the videos I create. So my question for you is, how can younger generations start to raise the consciousness of humanity? What can we do to spread love and come together through connection?
Get old. You just find a way to do what you want to do in the world and help as many people as you can. And look for people of like mind that can help you manifest that.
Our weekend at Bhakti Fest was all I could have asked for and more. We definitely fulfilled our goal of letting go and having a blast, and I left feeling restored, rejuvenated, and inspired to continue sharing my mission with the world. My mission is to educate, inspire, and empower others to live their healthiest, happiest, most vibrant life. So here's a call to action. Let's come together in love and community. Let's get out there and attend events that remind us of who we truly are and why it's important to connect face to face and heart to heart. We have the power to decide how we show up for ourselves and the world. We can make change. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you have the power to thrive. You have the power to live your best life ever. It is here in the present moment, and we have the power to choose. I will see you next week. Bye!